All right, all right, all right. Here we go. Whoa, turn off the monitors in the studio. Here we go. Yeah, we had some news this morning, of course. Nice, predictable action. Was able to scalp some dough there. And let's see, it was for about $429 after commish. Should have been more, but yeah, the levels were pretty predictable with our fair market gaps, or fair value gaps. This market's going to open in a couple minutes, but yeah, the levels played out pretty well and didn't get into any trouble, believe it or not. Probably shouldn't even be trading this action, but for the swings that I take, I think we'll probably be able to make some trades. Listen to the music for a while. I've got to do something, and I will be here for the market open, I hope. But I'll be right back. All right, I am back. All right, well, we'll see what happens. Market opens in about 15 seconds. Here we go. Here we go. All right, we are open. And they're off. And nothing. I briefly looked at that report. It looked like it was in line with expectations or with predictions. That was your CPI, month over month CPI. Let's see what's going on tomorrow. We've got a bunch of stuff too. Core PPI, core retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing Index, month over month PPI, and retail sales month over month. So tomorrow morning at 8:30 Eastern will also be a very newsy morning. Let's see here. A few things on Thursday. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, unemployment claims at 7:30. And then Friday also has at 10 a.m. Eastern preliminary consumer sentiment. University of Michigan. All right. Let's settle in and see if we can get some trades here. Had a little gap right here that it definitely bounced off of. Could have gotten a few points off of that. Let's see here. That would have been. Not quite 5. Well, no, you would have got 5 points. Yep. Oy. I think I'd like to go long down in this area. I'm going to see if I can get in down at the bottom of these wicks, or if it's going to just leave without me. Kind of choppy in here, so I'm going to just be trading one of my evals, no PA accounts on this, because this could just break down on me. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's looking a little ugly, isn't it? Let's see what happens. Ugh. Yeah, it's pretty choppy here. Hopefully we'll... breaking down on me. Guess that stop is as good as any. Ugh. Bad trade, bad trade, bad trade. Go up, go up, go up. That's not the way to start the morning, is it? Son of a gun. Maybe the trading gods will spare us. But then again, maybe not. And the answer is not. Well, that is not a good way to start the morning, is it? Gave back more than half of what we made pre-market. You know what? I bet you it still goes right back. Look at that. Stop me out. Exactly. I should have had that stop down here below this pivot. Yep, that's what we should have done, all right. Son of a gun. Ugh. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. I know you guys are thinking I'm an idiot, but I'm going to get right back in at the exact same place. And it's not even going to let me. Son of a bitch. That was a major mental error because my stop was right at the wrong place. I just had an arbitrary 5-point stop. That was our target right there. Have not reached it yet. But yeah, this is where the stop should have been, not that arbitrary 5-point stop. I still think that this thing's probably going to go up higher. was what you call an unforced error. Matter of fact, my entry should have been at 36.50 to begin with, tell you the truth. Yep. See if we can get a pullback here, maybe to around there. And then we'll target around 51 if we can get in here, if it retests to the top of this candle here, but right now it's not clear what it's going to do. Probably better around here at like around 43. Like 43 and a quarter. If we can get a pullback. And then we'll try to ride it to 51. But it may go without us. Just hoping for a mercy pullback. Going without us. 51 is the middle of this fair value gap on the 1 hour, or on the 5 minute rather. Gap right here on the 1 minute. I'd like to see a pullback before it gets to 51. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. Right through it, son of a gun. All right, we're out of that. All right, let's see what's next. I don't mind losing on a trade, but when it's a mental error, that irritates me. Because if we would have had our stop where it's supposed to be, that would have been at yeah, look at that. 35 and a half. That's 17 points. While I'm jawboning here, it came back to here. Yep, took the 1 minute gap. That's this gap right here. Came right up into it and then immediately reversed. All right, we'll get our act together. Still positive on the day. Just gave back more than half of what we made before the market opened. Probably should have just closed the doors for today. Take your money and go home. I'm not too confident that we have not run our course for the short term here. Don't I have a 1 hour here somewhere? Yeah, I got another screen. Let's see here. On the 1 hour, we just ran into the I think that was the new week's opening gap right there at no, my 1 hour is still on the March contract. Let me change that to June. So you see, the 1 hour really isn't telling me anything. Actually, I need to recalculate that new week opening gap anyway, because I calculated that on the March contract. And the March and the June contracts are separated by quite a bit right now. Never thought about that. I wonder if that new week opening gap is erroneous on a week where the contracts are rolling over. Because it would have been calculated based on the March contract, and now it's a June contract, and the volume, I don't know I wonder if the volume was too low on Sunday certainly on Friday to even calculate it, to use the June contract on Friday and Sunday. Don't know. I'll have to learn about that. Yeah, up in this area, I'm not so sure I'd be inclined to go long, even though it looks like that's what it still wants to do. Oh yeah, it sure does. Wow. This will be a gap here. Once that bar closes, right now it actually just closed. It's weird, it's showing it's 0 on the timer, but it didn't form a new bar yet. The timer seems a little flaky. But yes, there is a gap right there. Let's take a little short there, see what happens. See if got a little more to run here. Whoa, glad I did. Glad I didn't have time to place that order. We'll see if this breaks these lows here. Then I guess we'd have a change of character and be expecting to head further down. Down in here somewhere. Take that off because clearly we are starting to move down. Okay, so now we do have a change of character, as they say. Once this bar closes, we'll get a better idea. Right here, it's not clear to me whether we're going to continue down or go back up. It keeps breaching this swing low here, but wicks right back out of it. I think I'd be more confident in heading down if the body of this candle would close below here. It's starting to look more positive now. Oh, this is a bearish. No, this. Where's. That's a bullish gap, but there's a bearish gap right here. Yeah, look at that. It still keeps wicking back from this swing low here. Refuses to close below it, at least on the 1 minute. It's starting to look more bullish for sure. More bearish. All right, now that's looking much more bearish, isn't it? This is a very precarious area, I think. Well, we definitely have a change of character here now. No gaps to speak of. Certainly no bearish ones. Actually, this right here is a possible tiny one. Don't know that. Right here. That's a pretty green bar right there. that is a pretty bullish bar right there. Bullish candle. Still got a series of lower highs here. We'll see what this bar ends up doing. Well, she's going. Still lower high though. That lower high held by a tick so far. Still got 10 seconds left on this bar though. Oh, I think that it just broke. Well, those are equal. So it held barely. Just we have 3 equal highs here. I'm more just talking out loud about this because I don't really see anything of a trade. But that did hold. Did not have a change of character here. So we might be heading down. Let's see, we are getting some. Now if this form, if we get a lower low here, maybe we are starting to head down. I would be tempted to take a short, depending on what's going to be continue to happen here. This is just a very choppy area here. It's really just sort of bouncing right back and forth from this change of character. I mean, it reversed pretty hard off of it, and I think we may get a higher high from this series of bars. Does seem like it wants to go down though, doesn't it? Again, just commentary because I would not feel confident in almost any trade here at the moment. Feels very 50-50-ish. We going up, we going down. I don't know. Yeah, looks like we're faking everyone out. Although there's another touch on that exact line, 51.25. So that was a high risk trade right there. You would have to come down to here to get your 5 points, and it very, very well may do that. But you can see how flat now the EMAs are getting and everything. So, we're just kind of bouncing back and forth. You could have scalped for a point for sure, but 5 points is looking kind of iffy right now. We are getting, all of these are higher lows. Ding, 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 ding. What does it mean? I am not sure at the moment. And if we look at the higher time frames, like the 15-minute, it's nothing but up. And the 5-minute just looks dojies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacked up bars here. That's 25 minutes. It's like a half an hour, almost a half hour of bars just being stacked up. This is a minefield right now, isn't it? So far, this has failed to make a new high. It's a lower high on the 5 and the 15. Is about to change, I think. Might be able to get to 60. Get that, go up to that fair value gap on the 5-minute. Do have a little bullish fair value gap right in here. It's pretty small. It's very small. Did not make a new high there. Only missed it by a couple ticks. I'm going to take a chance here that we're going to make a new high here and see if we can get a pullback to this tiny little fair value gap. But it looks like it's going without us. Yeah. Not exactly sure where I would put my stop loss here. Hoping for a new high here. We'll see what happens. I like that wick. That doesn't mean anything, but right now that does look kind of bullish, but now we're pulling right back out of it again. Yeah, I think in the end that was just not enough of a gap to even worry about. Just a little too much FOMO there. Stopped out break even on that. I still think that this is not a bad place for a long. Main reason I wanted to get out break even is because we had a couple losers there that we need to try to recuperate from. just getting chopped up here. Try this since it's an evaluation account. Let's get rid of these for now. Not trading any PAs here, so we're being a lot loosey-goosey. Not that I want to blow up this account, but it gives me a chance to practice some of these strategies. Although I'm not exactly sure if I'm actually participating in a strategy at the moment. Not looking as bearish as I had hoped. That's better. No, it's not. Looks like they were just grabbing some stops there, huh? Maybe. Yeah, I have no idea. I'm hoping for a breakdown here, but these could just be traps. It's looking a little bit more bearish here. Let's see a flush here. Yep, flush. A reverse waterfall. Those wicks are concerning. looks like it wants to go up, doesn't it? All those wicks. So choppy here. If this were anything other than a single evaluation account, I would have bailed on all this. But we're gonna let it play out, see what happens. Goes without saying, don't copy my trades, because you will get wrecked. This is just a sloppy trading day for me, not making trades based on actual setups. Oh boy, she's taking off now. She's definitely going to test these highs here. So just for the hell of it, again, remember, this is just an eval account that I'm screwing around with, so do not copy these trades. Whoa. This is kind of a trades by Matt type trade, isn't it? Oy. So my new theory here is this is just an accumulation of stops, and they're going to take it down hard. What do you think? You guys on board with me? Does have that feel though of accumulation here, doesn't it? But who knows? It could just be taking a pause for a rocket to the moon. And trust me, if this was real money, I would be out of this a long time ago. I would not have these gigantic stops. Again, this is a la Trades by Matt. $2,000 drawdown to make $100. Maybe best to take a reverse on this. What if we did that? There's a gap here. I reversed that trade because it's clear to me that we're trying to head up. I think 60 is going to be tough to get through, but once we do, I think we got a pretty good shot up. Let's take our 250 there. Maybe get in at a better opportunity. a little afraid that this thing still is going to drop down. Looks like we could have kept with it. Try to get back in at a lower price and ride it back up. If we get a pullback, that is. Do have some gaps up here on the 5-minute and on the 15-minute and the 1 minute for that matter. A lot of resistance up at that 62 area. Right now, maybe looking for a pullback and see what we can do with it. Maybe back to 55. Definitely don't want to get in long right now. Just wants to keep going. coming up with that pivot point right here. Seems likely that it's going to go there. Just watching it, see if we can get a pullback here. We are running into a bunch of bearish gaps on the higher time levels, higher time frames, as well as the 1 minute. Pull back to this 3 would be nice. Yeah, she's going to go to that pivot point. We definitely need a pullback here before we take it long anymore. You can see over on the 15-minute chart, we're getting close to a previous swing high. This whole area here. But no pullbacks to speak of. You would think that it would at least pull back to this area somewhere. See if we can touch that pivot point up there. Actually meant to get in, tried to get in with 2 contracts, but it filled my order before I could change the quantity. Struggling up in here. Kind of down on this account, so I'm gonna go ahead and take a break even if it pulls back to that spot again. Otherwise, we'll let it go up to that pivot point and try to get our 5 points there. Come on. Give me a couple more ticks, you son of a gun. Oh my God, 1 tick away. Are you kidding me? Ugh. Come on, touch it. Touch it, baby. Try to get some back, some of our losses back here. But it's fighting us. I don't know what its hesitation is to touch that pivot point. It's probably a gap somewhere it's fighting with. There's a gap up in here, but that's above the pivot point. ATR is only like at 3 now. Can't believe it's not going to fill that. Missing by a tick. Come on, get out. Fill that baby up. Oh, can't believe it. This is the line in the sand is 1 tick below my take profit. I think I'm going to put another contract in here at like 61 and a half maybe. to raise that up, and we'll just manually get out if we have to. All right, well, we got some back on that. Still down a bit on the day, but that's okay. I should have just held that, shouldn't I? I really thought it was going to reverse on that pivot point, and it still may. Looks like we're down about $67 overall now. Could have easily gotten it back here. Crap, where are we? We're here. That's $250 right there that we missed out on already. But, I mean, we're getting close. If you look on the 15-minute chart, around 71 is probably about all she's going to do for now before a decent pullback, I would think. And that probably is where I should have been targeting, is right around there, 67, something like that, 68. And we could take a start looking for some pullbacks. Right now, the only thing looks like is this 3-minute fair value gap looks tempting. Yeah, we're due for a good pullback here. I'd say at least down to this 3-minute fair value gap would be a good trade down here. But it does look like we're going to at least try to test this. If you're watching this stream later on in the day, just be aware that this was just an evaluation account that we were kind of being very loose with. Almost none of these trades I would have taken on a funded account. In fact, I'm not trading any funded accounts today just because of the numbers that came out this morning made me feel that perhaps it was going to be hard to predict, and I guess it sort of was, but the trades I took today on this account were sloppy. Just, they were based on some strategy, but they was on the lower probability strategies. So certainly don't use today's trading as a model for your own. In fact, it's best to not do that anyway. Just don't copy my trades. This is just for entertainment. Some people might suggest that you just fade these trades. We didn't actually do too badly. I mean, we are down about $60 overall, but we were up. Let me see here. I was up. I'm looking at it. I think I was up 250 at the top. Yeah, 250. And now down like 67. Up 250 and then brought it back down to by $300 or something like that. 367 to be exact. Yeah, she's definitely coming up to test these. The 13th, when was that? That was yesterday, Monday. So these are the Monday highs that we're bumping up against now. That wouldn't have been a bad thing to try, though, to just take profits closer up here, like maybe right at this swing high there. We made it. That's at 67.50. I would think that this is now going to get played out. You would think that we're going to get a pullback after this. Certainly if we get up to 71. 71.50. That is the prior day's high. So that was yesterday's high, is way up here at 67.50. I mean at 71.50. I mean, you would think that we're going to get there, being how close we are, but you never know. We're only like 3 points away. So far, we've gotten within, like, say, 3 points, 3.5 points of yesterday's high. So you would think that we would touch it. Because you got to figure there's some stops up there, right? That market makers would probably try to get those before they brought it down. Getting a bit of a pullback here. Got a gap around 64.75. Gap right here, tiny one. I mean, these are little gaps, which is kind of consistent with this sort of just grind up. It wasn't just this massive move. We just passed right through those gaps. One minute gap at 62 and a half. I drew this line here at some point and don't even remember what it is though. Not sure. 62 and a half, there's a gap. Another one at 61 and a half. Let's see what, let's put some, let's see, where should we look? Around here maybe? One possibility. There's another one here. Now this whole run, if you throw your 50% mark here, it lines up nicely with this 3-minute fair value gap. So we may see that. We may get a pullback all the way to here. But at that point, you've, you know, broken a bunch of these levels here. Like here, here. So does that constitute a change in character and or break of structure? She is dumping. Offhand, I'm not seeing what it's bouncing off of there. Yeah, I do like this gap, and it's at the 50%, and it's at the 21 EMA on the 5-minute. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of good reasons if we got down here to go long, at least for a scalp. I don't see any gap or, well, there is a, on the 1-minute, there is a order block that it bounced off of the top of. could get burned, but again, consistent with our theme of trading this evaluation account, I think I will go long if it gets down into here on this 3-minute fair value gap. But unfortunately, we are at the top of the hour, 11 a.m. Eastern time, and that is where we're going to end this stream. Don't use this as a tutorial today, because we were just kind of fucking around with our evaluation account and experimenting with what we could do with fair value gaps and whatnot. And it was sloppy. We only ended up down $60, but we were up over 250 to start the regular trading hours. But we'll be back at it again tomorrow. There's more news tomorrow. I think there's news almost every day this week. I'll double check that. You can do the same. I appreciate it that you guys are hanging out with me. And if you're so inclined, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when I go live. Also, if you want to trade evaluation accounts like I did today without any real risk of losing money, go ahead and go to apextraderfunding.com and use my code that you see up on the screen scrolling at the bottom to get 80% off until something like the 21st, I think, of March. And that's for the life of your evaluation. So even if you don't pass it within the first month, it'll be 80% off again the second month, third month. So as long as you're doing your evaluations, it'll always be 80% off. So if you use my code, I get a little something. It doesn't cost you any more to do it. And 3/21/23 is when that expires. Anyway, so hit that like button, and I will see you tomorrow.